Hi, I just tried to post a video giving my kind of explanation to yesterday's one-day video challenge submission, and it may have uploaded, but I don't know, and I didn't like it anyway, so here's another one. Okay, so AccuView, if you are browsing my channel right now, let me give you a quick introduction. My name's Taylor, I'm 14, as I said before. I live in the middle of nowhere in Connecticut. I am literally surrounded by cows. So, now, it's not, I need a special amount of help because no one's really receptive to change around where I live. And yeah, I'm in my room right now, and there's my Jonas poster. I am not just entering this contest because I want to meet Joe. Absolutely not. I did request for Joe to help me in my submission simply because, well, I love him, but he helped, I believe her name was Kirsten last year, or yes, Kirsten, and she kind of had a similar story of sorts, just wanting to change things, make things better in the future for people, and that is wonderful. Also, Joe is kind of the reason why I started to take this route with my life. Rather, a couple years ago, I was kind of on the fence between going for journalism in the future or acting because I'm very connected to the theater world and I just love it. Actually, my first AccuView video was that I wanted to be on Broadway, and it was almost like identical to the girl that won, and she got to go be in Les Mis, which is like, oh, my favorite show. Well, top 3 favorite shows. But I was 12 yeah, I was 12, so maybe that's why I didn't win. Oops. I am currently propping up my phone with a 60s version of Vogue, a stiletto, and a bag of Cheetos, which really just defines my everything. Yeah. So, back to the reason why I'm here. There are beads everywhere, sorry. I ramble. I'm definitely a talker. And putting a little 60-second clip frame on my video was hard because I didn't have any time to explain myself and why I'm doing this. But as I said before, I've been bullied for the past 10 years, and it started when I was 4, and it's been pretty constant ever since. I was, by leading course of events, but bullying was absolutely a main part. I was hospitalized last month in a mental institution, and I have been since released and put into a partial hospitalization program. So pretty much I leave school early every day, which is great, and go to some pretty intense therapy for a few hours. And I've met some really incredible people there. One of the girls has actually kind of sparked my plan of sorts for the anti-bullying side of things. She is also in the hospital because of bullying, partially, and her guidance counselor has actually asked her to give an anti-bullying seminar, and she read me her speech, and she was just giving her entire story about how she was tormented and how that led her to where she is now. And that is what finally clicked to me, because my schools, all the schools I've been in, have had different anti-bullying seminars, and they're great for a day, but then a week later everything's back to normal and people are cruel and disgusting again. And I finally figured out why. Because we don't know those people in the stories. Like, I remember we had Rachel's Challenge, who was based on Rachel Joy Scott, and it was an absolutely incredible day. It was beautiful, and I still remember it daily. But other people are not so receptive. And it, as I said, it was great for that day. And the next day was pretty good, and then the weekend, and then the next week everything's back to normal. So the only reason I think that was that way is because we personally didn't know Rachel. But if people that we knew and we saw every day and we made disgusting comments to, stood on stage, or just in front of people if they were comfortable, and spoke about how they have been affected and what that's done to them and how they wish it could change, that would actually change things, I believe. The only thing I need help with is getting that to be a worldwide thing, not just my school, because I don't. Ugh. My town literally has just under 2,000 people in it, and a lot of cows, as I said before. It's very small, and my school is not very receptive to these kinds of changes socially at all. um, but I know that other schools would be, and it doesn't even matter if they're receptive or not. Things need to change because I refuse to let this happen for a 14-year-old in 20 years. No, it's not going to happen. It's not fair. It's disgusting. I absolutely refuse. So that is one half. And the other half, which ties along with it, is a self-acceptance, self-love kind of workshop of sorts. After people telling me I am fat and ugly and annoying and ridiculous for the past 10 years, yes, I kind of start to believe them. I mean, how do you not if you constantly get these things thrown at you? And that's terrible because no one should feel that just their natural self isn't good enough. I said this in my original video, that our individuality and our personality should be celebrated and not condemned. And I feel like that should be my quote, my theme quote. If you had to put everything into one little bubble, that would be it. Because, I mean, ugh, no. But that's what I need help with, because I do not know how to make people love themselves or feel better about themselves, because I've yet to figure that out for myself, and I can't help other people with things I haven't yet conquered for my own being. But that is where you lovely people at AccuView come in, just because I really need help. But this isn't just for me, this is for everything. This is the world that we're speaking of. This is reducing suicide rates and depression and self-harm and all these disgusting things that are now plaguing our youth because of disgusting comments and physical abuse, just being socially tortured. So I feel like I have what it takes on a small scale, but I just need that kind of elevation to get it everywhere. And if you would be so gracious as to help me achieve this right now, because I know I can eventually, but I don't know, I can't. I get constant anxiety thinking about how things are happening right now, like disgusting Facebook messages and text messages and physical abuse. It's happening constantly every second of the day, and it just needs to be disposed of right now, as soon as possible. So, I'm going to end this because I ranted, of course. I always rant. But thank you so much for considering me and taking the time to watch this and understand my vision of sorts. But yeah, have a happy Memorial Day. Yay. Okay, bye.